Hi, I'm Kurt from Armour, and welcome to Workshop Wednesday. I know, we were all expecting a follow-up Stug video, but we haven't got a definitive way forward yet. But we'll have an update on the transmission noises at the end of the week. Meanwhile, to tide us over, we've got one more video on dismantling the Wespe before we send it away to be sandblasted and primed.
We found a few things that we didn't expect, like just about all the seals so far are felt. The only rubber seal I've found so far is on the rear idlers. I'm not sure if that's common right through the Panzer II family, because we haven't done a proper Panzer II yet. This is what we're talking about when we say a felt seal. This is the rear of the road wheel, so the axle's here, hull's here with the axle. This seal came out of this groove in here.
Can we still get them?
Well, I'm onto a place that can cut us felt, so yes.
So is that desirable, or do we want a better one?
Well, there's no other option. We have to have something that goes back in here.
Can't we get rubber or something? Or?
Well, felt's going to be easier to put back in, and for the amount of driving we're doing, it will work okay. Trying to bend rubber in there and get it to the exact size may not, you know. I can measure that and get these cut out of felt, very accurately cut, and they just squish back in. Like, as you can see, they just squish back in like this.
And then they just get logged with oil and
oil.
Seal it up.
Yeah, see, it just goes back in. And it's just that felt there is the seal.
Yeah, nice.
And then, well, as long you've also got these interconnecting, I'll say concentric circles that the other one goes over to try and keep dusting that out. That'll fill up with grease and stop dirt and water getting in as well.
What sort of stuff has Jesse been doing?
There was a few pieces missing and a lot of blown out rust, so you can see that on where the front mud guards come through. Just as carefully cut them off and then clean up all the rust behind and then put them back on. And then inside where they'd cut out what we think to rob out the generator or the alternator, they just oxy-cut a piece out. He's replaced that, so it's looking really good. Because we're setting up to get sandblasted, we don't want any sandblasting grit or anything to get into those housings. We want to keep them as pristine as possible. So they're being cleaned out 90%, 95% clean. So we've put these covers on to stop sandblasting grit getting in there and hurting anything. Take off these front tow hook and track holders. There's a few drain plugs I want to remove, and one cover we can't quite get out yet because it's sitting on the frame that we're using. Other than that, just a bit more cleaning up. We don't want any grease. Sandblasters hate grease. So we've got to get all the grease out. So we've had to give it one clean, we'll go through and give it another clean.
So with these, what are you thinking?
Well, I've had a good look at them. They're in hard to get to places to get spanners and that on. So, and if you look at them, like, they're pretty much gone. So I'm going to have to gas axe them off.
Can't win them all.
It's not my favourite way of doing stuff, but yeah.
Is what it is.
We'll go with what we got. They're two different ones. As in a previous footage, we've shown you the actual holder. So this pin drops in, turns around, and that locks the bar in. So we've shown that bar in a previous footage. It'll pop up on the screen now. That bar there.
How did you know? That's amazing. Yeah. You got your spare track kind of extra ammo over here.
Yeah. Not that these guys would have wanted to be tank on tank, but yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
All right, let's whip them off.
Yep.
We also found another couple of mysteries, like this 08 and this odd strip of white paint at the bottom of the hull.
We'll go from that one to that one, or?
Oh yeah.
How would you like to do it? No, you choose.
No, we'll do this one. Off we go.
I'll probably just try and blow the nut off. Then we can knock the thing through.
I'll knock the bolt through.
Yeah, and then that one will come off. That's a separate piece. I can blow the one here out, but the other one's tucked in behind.
Behind
here.
the brake.
Yeah.
Behind the brake holders.
Yeah, brake holders. So it'll be just a matter of trying to heat up and knock that out. I couldn't get in tight to it to cut right down the side. That why I didn't cut, just try and blow it all off. So I've tried to leave without, I don't want to put a gouge into this part here, the original. I'm only trying to get rid of the nut and the bolt. So because I've taken enough off and heated up, the other bit is wanting to come off, just turn off. And that way I haven't damaged behind it. That's the theory anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes theory.
The theory's good.
Yeah. This should just come off. And that just gives me the whole bolt now. I can just.
That press on the tools lately.
Just wait till I get hold of it. Yep. Yep. Stop there.
Beautiful.
And see how, without going too close, I haven't damaged the area there. So.
Skillfully done.
Alright.
Beautiful.
Looks like we'll have to do a bit of repair there. Looks like it might be cracked through on the bottom, so that'll go on Jess's bench and Jess will make that look beautiful once again.
Pause. Ah, bumped the camera, damn it. It's okay.
I even waited!
It's alright. It'll be fine. They'll understand.
It's over there.
It's over there. There. It's over there, everyone. Never fear.
So you can still see what's left of the split pin coming through. So what I'd like to do is, I'll heat up around this area to try and break the rust. I'll heat them up and blow the split pins away. There's no product placement here, mate.
No. None whatsoever.
Right, yeah, let's see what happens. Plan B. I'm not going to get in the other way with the... There's no way I can get in there with the gas axe. Let me get to it. They've probably put it on before they put that in. Alright, so all I can do here is heat up around and try and blow that out. It may not look pretty. Once that's gone,
right,
then we'll be able to lift this up, hit it up, and that should, and we put a wedge in under there and lift this up. So...
Sorry everyone at home.
Yeah.
It's just tricky to get to.
Well, we can't actually get the camera in to show you that there's a nut with a split pin hidden behind a housing. tough. God, it's taken longer than I expected, Kurt. Sorry, mate.
No, that's okay. People love watching this sort of thing.
They want to come and do it? That's kind of what I wanted to have 10 minutes ago. It's going to come out flying, Kurt. Alright.
Okay.
Whoops.
Any movement?
No. Yeah.
Yes?
Yep. Right, stop there. Right, we should be able to wedge that off now, I'm hoping. We're almost there. Oh, stop. That's why we didn't want to try and undo it. Now, I just want to show something over here. When I was cleaning the vehicle the other day, I had to get in with the air blower and blow in between the housings there, and all this swarth came out. That's original swarth from the factory when it was made that fell in behind the housing.
What is swarth?
Swarth is like the offcuts for drilling.
Like metal shaving?
Metal shaving, yeah, basic metal shaving. So what I'm assuming is that they drilled the holes in place on here, because they couldn't have had them in this welded section in case it moved the fraction. They'd have to re-drill the holes anyway. So I think they did them on there, and if you look at the size and thickness of that swarth, you know, it's 80-year-old, that's at least a mil cut. You know, a 1/16. They must have been hammering with the drill when they drilled it.
Looks like toenail clippings.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Original World War II swarth.
See online, our online shop for details. Same sort of deal?
Same sort of deal here, yeah.
Will you rattle these ones off?
No, same thing. They're in the same place. If you can see here, there's a housing in here.
Yeah.
And to get in behind there with a spanner and try and get the split pin out or cotter pin.
Yeah. And there's nothing special about these bolts, is there?
Nothing special. They're just a high tensile bolt.
Yep.
And that's what we'll replace them with.
Great.
I can cut that one that way, and then I'll cut this one back this way.
Yep. Oh, damn it. Why does this always happen to me?
Ready?
Oh, I missed it. Nah, just kidding. Oh, just kidding. I'm kidding. you do it.
I want to catch it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Oh, hold on. Now I can't get that. Yep. Yep.
More?
Just one little tap. Yep. There's not a lot of room in here, Kurt. Surprisingly not that hot.
That's your time, Daryl. Tools down, time's up. That's all you've got.
It's heading towards the lens. Oh, that was easy.
Got him. Last.
Rightio.
Look at that.
Right, I'll go and cool him off. And me.
You've spent a bit of time pulling these apart, Daryl.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
as you can see, we're prepping up the swing arms, what we're calling the swing arm bodies. We're going to get these sandblasted, not heavily. We just ask them to just whip over that just to get the rust off it. But we definitely need heavy sandblasting in here and around here to clean out those seals. We tried pulling some off, but then they started to buckle and bend, and we don't have replacements. So if we can sandblast them in situ, that's going to be good enough for us. This is the part that pivots in the hull. It only rotates 10 to 15 degrees, if that. So what we're doing there is we've cleaned all the grease. There's a grease nipple on top.
These like plastic things on here, Daz.
That's to protect where the bearings run and to protect the axles themselves. They've been inside the housing. They're not too bad. We'll just give them a light emery cloth on them just to see how they go.
Yep.
But we don't want them getting sandblasted. So what we do is we put a soft drink bottle on and shrink it on there. We get that up in there. Unfortunately, it shrinks back a bit, but I'll just...
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh, just watch yourself. I'm just gonna get it there. That goes on pretty tight.
Look at that. Recycle.
And that'll just stop paint and everything else getting on it. But what we will do now, we'll just put some like blast tape, a heavy duty gaffer tape that we've got there. We'll wrap it around, go around just to seal it all again. We just don't want anything damaging that area there. This is it, mate, warts and all, this is what we do.
This is how the sausage is made.
That's it. I'm still trying to work out that reference to sausage, but yeah.
Well, no one wants to see what goes inside a sausage.
Oh, fair enough.
But we love eating them.
Yeah.
You know? I think that's what...
Don't we ever?
I think that's what the term is.
And then I'll just cut a bit off here. And I don't expect this to stay on these grease nipples, and they're just sacrificial for what we want them for. But it's just when the time comes, we'll use a grease nipple like that to fully grease it, and then just swap them out with the originals back on there. So
right.
that one there's, I'll I'll just check some of these, make sure there's no grease left on any of these, clean out a bit of dirt around here, and then it's right to go in the cage.
So satisfying.
Yeah.
What are we doing now?
What we're going to do now is I'm going to, these two floor drains, there's a floor drain here and one over here. I want to remove them so that we can actually get an operating, because when we wash the vehicles out, nothing's watertight. Anything gets in or there's a spill, we can drain them out without having to take the access plates off. They're a countersunk bolt underneath. So what I want to do is heat them up, quench them, and then that may help me being able to undo them.
Oh, it's got a rubber seal.
Yeah, we'll just have to replace that. So.
Stinks. Oh, yeah.
Slotted screws. And we'll see how lucky we can or can't be. This is the slotted screw. You got a big, wide, flat area to try and get something onto. They're a very small slot in these screws. I'll be.
What? Oh, it's working.
Yeah, that one's coming out. Let's see if the others want to play the game.
There you go.
Down amongst the dead men. How good's that? These are coming out.
3 out of 4.
Oh, yes. Thank
Do you want me to hold it so it doesn't fall?
I think the plate here will come off. I'm not 100% certain how it's going to... Might just drop out. I've got the weight of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got it. Yep. Here we go.
4 bolts again. So it's basically exactly the same. We've just got to heat that up.
Looks like you put a key on it to open it.
Well, remember that's got the extended one that came up to the top of the between the two fuel tank openings?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
thought it was a switch for the fuel tank, but Jess pointed out that it's a drain plug. See, I'm amazed at all when they've cut the holes in this thing when it's upside down, they've left all the slag from the oxy cuts on it.
Oh, really? Well, like
Yeah.
where?
Well, have a look on the one that we took out. Can you see the slag around the hole? See the housing where the engine mount is? All the slag and that's still there. Probably better to turn on the settling in. Not the oxy.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I spend half my life walking around looking for my safety glasses and things.
They're in your hands. Oh no,
No,
just
with the
kidding.
clear one.
Oh, you know what? I know where they are.
They're where I left them?
No, they're in a secret place that use these.
Oh, alright, I'll use them.
Spare set.
Cheers.
Right, here we go.
Cool. Yep.
Got him.
Yep.
They're all coming out all right. That's good.
Yeah.
Got him.
Whoop.
Yep. There we go. There it is.
We'll heat him up, loosen up the thread, and yeah.
Beauty. So what do you reckon you found here, Daryl?
We got our TA here to get all the grease off the floor, and I thought he just missed a bit, a big smear of grease, but I've started to clean up. I reckon we got more, someone's written their initials or written their name again like we had on the other one here. Is it a B or a P with a dot there? I wasn't sure, so I cleaned up one area of it.
It's not a patch or anything.
No, there is one patch under where you're standing.
Yeah.
But we don't know what for, but this is definitely something else that's here. You can see it's been there a while. It's definitely something. Start of it.
There's some, definitely something.
Still there. I'm a ex-chippy, and there's lots of buildings around with my name written in them. I can tell you.
Around the place.
Yeah, up in the roofs and that. Is that
It's kind of,
a B?
I don't know. It's kind of unintelligible,
Yeah.
isn't it?
When it gets sandblasted and comes back, it might highlight a bit more, but I just don't know. But when you look underneath,
Yeah, what's underneath?
it's smooth. It's smooth as. Yep. So yeah, do not know, but could it be a B, an E, and I don't know. Could be in a different language too. Could be, yeah, like
Something Polish or
Polish
something.
or yeah. Still a lot of junk in there, but so
when
once
it's-
it's sandblasted,
yeah,
at
it'll
least
come
we'll
up
have a
a bit
better idea.
better
Yeah. Anyway, nice to find stuff like that.
Something unusual.
Yeah.
Do we have all the wheels, Daryl?
When we got this vehicle, it only had 7 wheels on it. We've got more up at our storage facility, our warehouse. Once we clean these wheels out, get all the bearings out, they'll be off to get sandblasted. See the bearings in there. Pull all them out. They don't look too healthy. We'll put them, might put them in oxalic acid. That takes the rust off, and I've used it before. It does a pretty good job. Finger? Did we get your fingers then?
No, my fingers are fine.
Once again, I have to use a standard socket to get in here because our impact sockets won't get in there. So, I'm thinking that this one was pulled apart because there is no. Normally they've got a tabbed washer.
Yeah.
And these are too loose. So I think this is.
So the previous guys have got in there already.
Yeah, these are just way too loose. They're all loose. I'm just going to rattle them out. We don't know what's been done to it before we got it. This might have been just a spare wheel and they've just whacked this on to complete it. Felt's in here. See how it's just disintegrating? That's just felt impregnated with grease and dirt. Try and get the bearing out. What I'll do is I'll lift this up on 2 blocks and I'll just hit through. Bearing will come out nicely. You're not going to miss the money shot, Kurt?
It's a bit dark, but should be right. Right.
Rightio. That looks like it's a two-part race. See the outer races in two parts, an inner and outer. So there's half a curve in there to match the balls. You don't see them very often.
Why would it have that, do you think?
I honestly don't know. We'll take these into the bearing place we use to see if they can source them, and they'll probably tell us it's for heavy load or yeah, there'll be a reason why. Just we don't know yet. And if there's no need to, we won't go back with this. This looks like it might be a super expensive type of bearing. It just pops on like that. And the other one is still trapped inside the housing. So what I'll do is I'll have a go at knocking that out now. I'll lay this back down. I'll pop them in here so we don't lose them.
Oh, I just took it straight out.
That fell out because, like I said, there's no shoulder on these wheels. Normally the bearing would be in, so I've just knocked that bottom one and the internal spacer has dropped out. And I think that may be another spacer there, but we'll see. That's moving. See how there's a gap here now? So there's an outer spacer. We had an inner spacer for the inner race. We've got an outer spacer for the outer race.
Instead of a shoulder.
Instead of a shoulder, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to put this bearing back in. He's out there, just so we can work them out. If we come parallel. Doesn't seem to move. It's gone back on this side, but I think we're on the move now. Here we go.
You did it.
Thank goodness for that.
It's,
yeah. And it's not scoured in here at all. Doesn't feel to be. Sometimes things don't want to move.
would it be better on the press because it goes out evenly?
Well, possibly, but then you run the risk if it's jams and you'll do worse than what I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Thing.
Now just to
Do that another
couple of times.
10 times all up. Yeah. We'll do the one with the bullet hole in it.
Oh, perfect. Ugh, full of water.
Oh well.
Oh,
Coming out of that hole, that bullet hole. Where's it coming out of?
yeah.
It is.
I think it is. God.
This one I can guarantee it hasn't been opened. So we'll just
Because of the tabs.
because of the tabs, yeah. So they got a lock tab here, but they also fold up the side of the washer as well against the one of the hex sides on the hex. Yep.
Yep.
This one's slightly different too. This one's got another inner seal. See that?
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll see where all this water's coming from.
Charming.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one may take a bit to get out.
After getting the bulk of the grease out, we decided to give the press a bit of a go.
We'll put our blocks of wood on there so we don't damage the edge of the rim. We've got to make sure we're going to press down square. Rightio, we're going to have a go at pressing these out, but I want to go super slow. I actually don't like using the press for pressing out bearings. And we only do it as a last resort, because we're just going to go super slow.
Super slow.
Super slow. Take it off, have to reset. How we're going to do it.
We flip it over, right? Yeah. You go first.
Right, now I'm going to try and line it up.
Round two.
And then we've still got the inner race, the other one that I'll be able to turn and knock out this way. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh yeah, nice. Knock out nicely.
That's all we have time for today. Join us next Wednesday for your weekly tank restoration fix. So until then, I'm Kurt from Armour, and I'll see you on the next one.